Welcome to World Prism. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. A wave of anxiety is sweeping through American retail, touching every corner of Main Street and beyond. Shoppers who once felt confident about their weekly routines now find themselves second-guessing every purchase. As uncertainty grows with each passing day, it's a true meltdown, but not in the way we're used to seeing. Instead of shuttered stores from online competition, it's the rising cost of everyday essentials that's driving people away, leaving checkout counters eerily quiet and aisles emptier than ever. This crisis isn't just about empty shelves or closed doors. It's a crisis of affordability that's hitting every shopper, regardless of where they live or what they earn. People are scrutinizing price tags, counting every dollar, and feeling the pinch in ways they haven't in decades. Even retail giants like Walmart, Target, Ross, and Apple, companies that built their reputations on value and accessibility, are under immense pressure. Their promise of low prices is being shattered by relentless cost increases, forcing them to make tough decisions that impact millions. Decades of stable prices are gone. Inflation is surging at a pace not seen in a generation, and the companies that once delivered bargains are now forced to raise prices, sometimes overnight. The familiar comfort of predictable costs has vanished, replaced by a new era of uncertainty. Shoppers are feeling the squeeze more than ever, making tough choices at the checkout as their dollars simply don't stretch as far. Many are putting back items they once considered necessities, prioritizing only the basics and leaving behind what they can no longer afford. This isn't just a temporary blip, it's a stress test for the entire retail ecosystem. New aggressive trade policies and global supply chain disruptions are compounding the problem, making it harder for stores to keep shelves stocked and prices low. For millions of families, the retail meltdown isn't just a headline, it's a daily reality. Financial hardship is knocking at the door, forcing tough conversations and difficult sacrifices as people struggle to adapt to a world where every dollar counts more than ever before. At the heart of this crisis is the tariff, a tax on imported goods, which has become a central tool in shaping the economic landscape. Tariffs are not just numbers on a spreadsheet, they influence what we buy, how much we pay, and even where products are made. Designed to make foreign products more expensive and boost domestic industry, tariffs are meant to encourage consumers to choose American-made goods. The idea is simple: if imported items cost more, people will turn to local alternatives, supporting jobs and businesses at home. The Trump administration's Liberation Day, in April 2025, unleashed sweeping tariffs on a huge range of imports, aiming to force companies to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. This bold move was framed as a way to reclaim economic independence and restore lost industries. Unlike past trade disputes, these tariffs hit everything from electronics to clothing, directly impacting what fills store shelves. Everyday essentials, from smartphones to sneakers, suddenly became more expensive or harder to find. Retailers now face a stark choice: absorb the costs and risk shrinking profits, or pass them to consumers, who are already feeling the pinch. For many businesses, neither option is easy, and both come with consequences. The hope was to revive American manufacturing, but the reality is far more complex. Many factories remain idle, and workers are left waiting for the promised resurgence that is yet to materialize. Decades-old global supply chains can't be rebuilt overnight, so the immediate effect is higher prices for everyone. The intricate web of international trade means disruptions ripple quickly, affecting families and businesses alike. The tariff wave hasn't brought jobs back, it's brought sticker shock to American shoppers. As the dust settles, the true cost of these policies is becoming clear: a more expensive everyday life with uncertain benefits for the future. Tariffs are no longer abstract concepts discussed only by economists or politicians in far-off offices. Today, they're right there on your receipt, hidden in plain sight, woven into the total you pay at the register. When the U.S. government imposes a tariff on imported goods, it's retailers like Walmart, Target, and your local grocery store that feel the pinch first. They pay more to bring in the same products, and those extra costs don't just disappear. They're passed directly to you, the shopper, every time you check out. Retailers can only absorb so much before it starts to hurt their bottom line. Eventually, they have no choice but to raise prices, sometimes overnight, and sometimes by a lot. Take a jar of cocoa powder, for example. Its price has soared by 80% in some stores. Or a Jurassic World toy, now 38% more expensive than it was just a year ago. Even a fishing reel, something you might buy for a weekend trip, has jumped 45% in price. These aren't isolated examples. Across the board, price hikes like these are becoming the new normal, not the exception. The promise of low prices that once defined American shopping is fading fast, as tariffs act like a hidden tax on families everywhere. It's not just luxury items, everyday goods are affected too. Retailers now risk losing loyal customers who are forced to cut back, switch brands, or hunt for cheaper alternatives that may not even exist. For many, the weekly grocery run has become a stressful exercise in budgeting and sacrifice. What was meant to be an economic lever, a tool to influence trade, has become a direct hit to working families' budgets, making it harder to make ends meet. The result? A painful squeeze on both sides of the checkout counter, as both retailers and shoppers struggle to adapt. For many Americans, even basic groceries like milk and bread are starting to feel like luxuries, as tariffs quietly reshape the cost of everyday life. Retailers didn't stay silent, they warned customers and scrambled to adapt. Walmart's leaders made it clear they couldn't absorb the tariffs and prices would rise. Behind the scenes, companies rushed to rework global supply chains, shifting sourcing from China to India and beyond. Apple began moving iPhone production to India, and Mattel diversified its manufacturing to avoid over-reliance on any one country. These are massive, costly changes that can't happen overnight. In the meantime, retailers remain exposed to tariffs, and shoppers pay the price. Public warnings and global supply chain overhauls are now the new playbook. The pressure is relentless, and the stakes are high for both companies and consumers. The retail world is being forced to reinvent itself on the fly. The Trump administration met corporate pushback with confrontation, not compromise. When Walmart said it would raise prices, President Trump insisted the company should absorb the costs, framing it as a choice, not a necessity. Apple faced threats of a 25% tariff on iPhones made outside the US, sending shockwaves through the market. Mattel was threatened with a 100% tariff for raising toy prices, and Amazon was criticized for highlighting tariff-driven price hikes. This aggressive stance put companies in a bind. Speak out and risk retaliation, or stay silent and absorb the fallout. The result is a high-stakes standoff, with businesses and consumers caught in the crossfire. The debate over tariffs has become a political battle, not just an economic one. Corporate America is under pressure like never before. The tariff shockwaves reach far beyond store shelves, creating market chaos and uncertainty. Many companies have stopped giving financial forecasts, unsure what the future holds. Legal battles add to the confusion. A court ruled the tariffs overreach presidential authority, but the decision is on hold. Businesses are split. Some invest billions to shift supply chains, others wait, gambling on a policy reversal. This uncertainty stifles investment and innovation, leaving companies paralyzed. The blame game between government and corporations erodes trust, while consumers are left footing the bill. The result? A toxic mix of confusion, stalled growth, and shaken confidence in the economy. As 2025 ends, the future for retailers and families is clouded by uncertainty. If tariffs persist or expand, the retail meltdown will deepen, squeezing budgets and slowing the economy. The era of predictable, low-cost shopping is over for now, with inflation hitting hardest for working families. A policy reversal could bring relief but would also expose the cost and chaos of constant change. The scars, broken supply chains, wasted investments, would linger. This is more than a trade dispute. It's a test of America's economic resilience. The outcome will be felt in every shopping cart and every family budget. For now, uncertainty is the only certainty.